The drums of war thunder once again.
G'day everyone, my name's Dello. Welcome back to another classic multi-boxing video. Today I'm talking about add-ons with multi-boxing in mind and also just general WoW gameplay in mind. So let's get cracking. So here's just a few add-ons that I had installed for the stress test, which a lot of the videos that I've had on the channel were recorded on. So I just did things like classic cast bars, click, which I have a video about for your healing across tunes, EMA, brilliant, grid, IS boxer, amazing. I didn't like monkey quest, I got rid of that pretty quickly and just used questy, recount, real mob health, tom, voodoo, which was another one I tried when I was using grid and voodoo and that. I ended up just using the classic raid frames and click, which you saw in my video, but no, I will be going more in depth with this once classic comes out and we start heading a bit more towards endgame. Okay, let's talk about EMA. Now, EMA is Ebony's Multiboxing Assistant. It is a add-on purely for multi-boxers, designed for us. So massive props to the team or the person that creates this. I assume her name is Ebony, and yeah, thank you so much for this and everything you do for the multi-boxing community. This used to be called Jamba. I think Ebony's taken over the project and it's now EMA. It has been for a while and it's brilliant. I'll leave a link to this webpage that we're looking at here in the description, and we can use this for all sorts of things. Keeping your team together, keeping track of your team, keeping track of your party, knowing what part of a quest all 5 of you guys are on when you're looking at your main screen. It lets you know if follow breaks, which, you know, it's such a pain if follow breaks on one of your guys and you run off and just doing something and you realise like one guy is miles behind and takes you another 5 minutes to run him over as well. Things like that. It gives you a lot of benefits using this add-on and a lot of quality of life things that we really need as multi-boxers because they can be quite frustrating. So I highly recommend that this is one of the first add-ons that you get. Just to have a quick look through some of these add-ons, what I intend to use and what I think's good. So I'm going to be using Questy just for running through quests and that kind of thing. It does take away some of the mystique of Classic, you could say, because you're basically cheating on where to find all the mobs you need, all that sort of stuff. A lot of the stuff that's in retail. I've played through Classic before. I had 360s back in 2005, and I'm very happy that I've completed the quests and done all that stuff previously. So I'm happy to use Questy. I want to get to the end game. I want to do those high level dungeons. That's what I'm looking forward to. So I am going to use Questy, but if you don't want to use it, it's entirely up to you. Recount I'll be using, just like to see exactly what my DPS and how good they're actually doing. So that recount just keeps track of your DPS specifically through a dungeon. You can work out how much DPS you've done throughout it, and if you're all, like in my case I'm running 3 mages, so if all my mages are actually doing as much as each other, you can spot a problem if something's not happening correctly in one of them, say macro's not set up correctly or something like that. It's good for that. It's also just interesting, I find. Classic cast bars I'll be running. This is basically a little cast bar below your enemy. It's great because there's a lot of stuff in Classic that you do want to use a counter spell or a shield slam or something like that stops casting on enemy mobs. So yes, I definitely run this, and I think it's pretty good. Vendor price shows everything in your bags. It gives you an actual vendor price of what you're going to do. I will be using this. It's just handy, nothing special. One bag turns all your bags into one. I'm not using this. I like the 5 separate bags. I like to use that to sort, and I just prefer that. It helps me know where everything is. Gatherer I haven't used before, but I am going to be running all 3 gathering professions. So yeah, I think I'll give this a try and check it out. DBM, Deadly Boss Mods, to basically it'll let you know what the bosses are doing in dungeons. I will be running this. It'll can't remember exactly what every boss does and where to stand and that sort of stuff. If there's fire you need to get out of, so yeah, I'll be using this to help keep my team alive in case there's a something the boss does that I don't know about. Auctionator, I probably won't start with this. Maybe once reach sort of end game and I start wanting to go through and play the auction house a bit and buy some items, then I'll start using it. Omni CC, this basically just keeps a timer of your cooldowns. I'll probably run this. It's just another quality of life thing. Weapon swing timer, I won't be using. This is more for a solo player, I think, as you can actually have run back in and out and time your swings and take less damage. If you really want to go deep on solo playing and you're a melee class, I think this is handy and can keep things more interesting when you're grinding up to 60. But I won't be using this as a multi-boxer. Classic aura durations, I'll probably run this. Just keep an easier way of seeing how long the auras have left. It also shows you cooldowns, and I think if you've got, like, as you can see here, like deep wounds or something on a target, it gives you more of an indication on how long that will be on for. Or rend, so if you need to reapply rend, you'll know it's running out soon. Atlas map classic, this I think has dungeon maps in it, which can be handy if you don't want to open up a if you don't have a second monitor with something like or the map of the dungeon you're doing up. You can have something like that, or you can use this in game. I probably won't be using this. Zed Pearl is just a unit frame add-on, changes all your unit frames. This is personal preference. I'll probably just use the default. Weak auras, I'm not actually sure what that one is. Real mob health gives you an actual number figure on how much health mobs have. I ran this on the beta. On the stress test, and I found it rather interesting. So I'll probably use that again. Monkey Quest I didn't like. I just prefer Questy. Again, another unit frames. Titan Panel Classic. I think that's that strip across the top that sort of lets you know how much gold you've got and how much XP per hour you're doing. This sort of stuff I won't be using. I'm happy with the scrolling battle text, the default one, so I won't be using this. I'm not sure what dominoes are. Yeah, so things like Voodoo or Grid I'll be using, as I said, in the later part of the game. They take over they replace the default unit frames, so you use these for click healing. And then you can use something like Repeater Regions or VFX to put that on your tank, and yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I'd love to know if there's any super important add-ons that I'm missing. Click is obviously a huge one that I'll be using. It's so good for healing as a multi-boxer. My dog's crying at me because I think she wants to go outside, so I'm going to go let her outside. I'm going to finish off this video. But yeah, if you guys want to talk about what add-ons you'll be using and what you recommend, I mean, the add-ons that I'll be using will all be updated over time. I'll start off with the few that I think I like and that I want to use, but I'm definitely going to be chopping and changing and making it more perfect, making it perfect as we go along. So that's my plans. All right, it's just a quick one. Hope this helps. Hope this creates some discussion. And yeah, like, subscribe, and let's have a chat about add-ons in the comments. All right, thanks guys. I'm Dello. Bye for now.